everyone, it's James.
And Stephanie.
We're coming to you today from Snowshoe Mountain, West Virginia.
Yes, we are here for the UCI Mountain Bike World Cup.
Right, but as cool as it would be to do a mountain biking video, that's not why we're here today.
No.
We are here to bring you a review of this thing.
Yes, this is the Winnebago Boldt. This is the K floor plan.
Right, and we are going to crawl all over this thing, top to bottom, front to back, leave no stone unturned, leave no cabinet unopened.
Yes, I'm very excited for that. But you know, we have looked at the Boldt before. This isn't our first time seeing the Boldt.
No, but this is our first time seeing a Boldt without Winnebago around.
Yes.
Now, we were at the reveal of the Boldt at RVX in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, back in March, so you might have seen our video doing the reveal of the Boldt.
And that was kind of the highlights, but this is an actual off-the-line production unit.
Right, this one's for sale.
So we thought this would be a great time to get to doing our usual review.
All right, so you ready to go wave your arms?
Why, yes. Here it is.
All right, let's go.
And we're going to start off with a little more arm waving.
Yeah, you just can't resist that, can
No,
you?
I'm channeling my inner Vanna. So here on the passenger side, I'm showing you the Alcoa aluminum wheels.
Okay.
Those are optional.
Right on.
And behind those, there is a big, giant running board.
Yeah, this is a lot wider than the ones they were using. I like this a lot better.
It's easier to step on, and it has lights, front and rear.
Yeah, and it has those little pet loops on both ends, too, to leash your pets to.
Yep, and lights underneath, I call those the pimp lights. So now here, this black area, this is not a decal, this is gloss paint.
Yes.
Very sharp looking, but this rig had standard windows, not the dual pane acrylic windows.
Yeah, we prefer the acrylics.
Yeah. All right, now back here, this is an external port if you want to hook up a TV. And right next to that is another port if you wanted to hook up another solar panel. Now the outlets down below, point of note, just 120 volt outlets, but they're on the inverter. So you could use the whole RV as a big portable generator of sorts.
Well, that's handy dandy, isn't it?
It is. There's a black tank flush inlet right there.
Okay.
And now I'm going to show you my favorite feature of the Boldt.
Oh, I know what it is.
It's the automatic sliding door. I don't know why I love it so much.
I love that too.
Well, it's no waking up your campground neighbors, no slamming a door. It's
Yes.
really just awesome.
And the awning.
Right, we're not really awning people, but this one has a nice black contrasting awning.
Nice.
Here we are on the back of the Boldt, and I know there's some debate that you're not supposed to climb that ladder, but I'm going to climb it anyway in a minute.
You're such a rebel.
I am. Up top there, that is a backup camera. That's pretty standard Mercedes stuff.
Yep.
And now this ladder removes, and you can put it along the side of the van. There's a hand wheel, but this hand wheel now locks.
And I am so glad to see this feature. This was needed.
It really was. So glad to see that. And now moving down below, there is a trailer hitch.
All right, and that's a 5,000-pound hitch. But can you actually tow 5,000 pounds with this rig?
When you see the weight sticker later on, you may well be able to. There's
Okay.
a 7-pin wiring harness there. And that's propane, quick connect, like if you've brought along a barbecue grill or something like that, you can connect there.
Right on.
All right, so now is the time when I'm going to be a rebel, and I'm going to climb up and show you what's on the roof, because I think that's important.
I think you just like climbing that ladder.
I do. All right, so up top, the very first thing we have, that first black box, is the Max Air fan, and behind that is a solar panel. There are two of them, and on the website it says they're 115 watts each.
Okay.
All right, so now here I'm showing the roof rack, and what I want you to notice is that bracket. It's all metal.
Oh, okay. And what's special about that?
Well, it used to have plastic elements in it, and so now it's all metal, and so it's rock solid.
Okay, great.
Now, top center, that small square box, that's for the roof port.
All right, we have a video of that.
Right. Next big thing back there, that is the Coleman Mach 10 NDQ air conditioner.
Yep.
Plumbing vent, and there's the other solar panel.
Okay, and I believe there's a TV antenna. There it is, that circle on the back.
There it is, TV antenna. Okay, here we are coming down the passenger side, and first things first, right here we have a tank fill. That'll fill your freshwater tank in a hurry. Then next to that we have a cable input, if you stay at one of the 6 RV parks in the country that still offers cable.
Oh, come on. I'm sure there's more than 6.
Maybe. 30 amp shore power input there. Down below, we've got the dump valves and dump station. There's gray, then the black, but first the black, then the gray.
Okay.
Everybody knows you dump that way. All right. And yeah, big 3-inch hose there. All right, the Greg Schultz Memorial Dump Light.
Greg Schultz is still alive. He's a friend of ours.
All right, all right. Hi, Greg. Exhaust for the Truma right there. And down below, this is the sewer hose storage. It's at an angle, you see that?
Yes.
I like that because
Yeah.
then anything that was left in the hose is likely to
dribble.
drain
Okay,
out.
right on.
City fill, if you're staying in an RV park or someplace where you've
Yeah.
got a water connection.
We don't really recommend that.
No,
but
we like to use the water in the tanks to keep it
Yes.
fresh. Now the propane on this, I really like the propane setup on here. When I go underneath, you'll see the tank is enormous. But what I like most is that it's got a manual valve to turn the propane on and off.
And what's so great about a manual valve?
Well, the alternative is an electric solenoid kind of valve, and that actually requires electricity to keep the valve open.
Okay.
So you're burning electricity while you're burning propane. And then you can also see the gauge on the tank there. So
that's nice.
Big thumbs up on the propane setup here.
All right.
All right, here's another one of those running boards. This also has lights. We saw the front lights, but now I think we see the back, and these are appropriately, for the rear of a vehicle, red.
Yes.
There we go. And yeah, that's going to do it for the passenger side. I think next we're going to move up front. And I don't know if we've ever shown this before, but you can stand on the bumper to wash the windshield.
Okay, or to slingshot crickets on, or I guess wash off the crickets.
There's a blast from the past. That's one of our old videos.
And if you know what I'm talking about, you are a true Fit RV fan.
Indeed, you'll have to go look for that one. All right, so now we're going in, but before we even get in the van, we want to take a minute to show you this screen.
Best screen door on a van ever.
That's right. We have one of these on our own van,
Yes.
and we love the way it works. It rolls down, closes with magnets.
Yep, each
Booyah.
time it just latches like magic.
There you go. All right. So now I always like this shot because it gives you like a good overall feel for the van.
Yeah.
So there we are, and you're headed towards the back.
Right, and this is the K model, and if you're familiar with the Travato K, it feels a lot like that inside, but it's built very differently.
Differently, and the beds are a little different, and so that's where we're going to start.
Okay.
They're offset a little bit. Now this one is pretty long. You saw you had like a foot over your head there.
Look at that little cubby for your feet.
Right. Now if you weren't 4 feet tall like Steph, you could you could store things in there.
I'm 5'6".
All right. Now the bed on this side
Yes.
actually seems quite a bit longer. Like you got like a foot over your head.
Right,
there.
and plenty of space down below.
So that's the tall bed. Now they do pull together with
Easily with just that tray, it just slides right out.
slides out, and we spent a little time here because this is a new kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you slide the cushions together, and then you take those two bolsters, and you're going to tuck them in over there on the right. And when you do that, you can kind of get 3 people in there.
Yep. So, and I'm going to demonstrate that right here. That's one spot for one, spot for second person, and
Way over there, the third person, and you could go like feet to feet or something like that if you wanted
Right.
to.
But if you had a kid, this would work easily.
All right, so now here's storage on the driver's side. 2 cabinets. Now, these are built, if you saw our other Boldt video, these are built a little differently than regular RV cabinets, but there's plenty of room in there, and we like them.
Yeah, they're supposed to be rattle-free. It's supposed to be really quiet when you're driving along
All
inside
CNC cut.
Right.
All right, so now down below the cabinets, we have something that you won't realize how useful it is until you use one.
Oh, man. We just love ours. It's so handy.
The Anything Keeper.
Yes.
There you go. And there's a light that you can reach, and you can turn it off right there without getting out of bed.
Yep, and there's USB ports right above your bed.
And you can put your phone in the Anything Keeper.
Yes.
Okay, now we're showing you ram tracks, and you can mount any number of accessories. Like this one comes with is sort of a water bottle sized holder thing.
I know in ours we have a iPad mount held.
Right, you can mount. There's a whole bunch of accessories.
Right.
All right, now this one doesn't have the screens in the cassette shades because the screens are in the windows.
Right.
But there you go. We have the screens. And even on the back of the, I call that the porthole. I don't know if that's really the proper term for it, but there's a porthole window there. Now, there is also a ram track over that. It looks like it'd be kind of difficult to mount stuff.
Not very convenient location, but I know they're trying to be consistent with, there seems like there's one over each window.
It kind of does. There's a speaker, and now we're over onto the other side. So there are, again, 2 cabinets here, but these are split up a little differently. Here in the first one, that's kind of a storage cabinet. And then there's a smaller storage cabinet here. And then in front of that, there's some mechanical stuff that we'll get to a little later in the video.
Okay.
But it is all there, and there's cabinets there. Another Anything Keeper. There's also a light and USB port and a speaker. And that, mounted to the ram track, is a JBL sound bar.
And it's Bluetooth.
Right. So if you don't want to use it hooked up to the TV, which it is hooked up to the TV, but if you don't want to use it that way, you could use it as a Bluetooth speaker. I think we might get rid of the TV, but we would certainly leave that sound bar.
Absolutely.
And the TV is put in a pretty convenient spot if you would like to watch TV from bed. There you go. More blinds here, and then there's a large cabinet.
And this is a very large cabinet. It's pretty deep, too.
It's got adjustable shelves, and I think you're adjusting them now.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of options for what you want to store in there.
Yeah, and there's also a closet bar, so if you wanted to hang things, you could
Nice.
hang them as well. Oh, it's time for me to wood nerd out again.
Here we go.
All right, yeah, there are solid maple drawer boxes with dovetailed corners. Total quality move there. I love it.
All right, so let's move on and check out the bathroom.
Right, and we're going to have me show you this because I am the physically larger of the two of us. So a lot of times these bathrooms can be cramped, and so by putting the bigger person in there, you get a better idea.
Yeah, and we thought this angle would be perfect, so we're going to look at it from here.
Yep. All right, so now there's another one of the screens here, but this one also has a privacy option, and you can see that is zipped up there.
Nice.
All right. So now here we are in the bathroom, and the first thing I'm going to show you is a medicine cabinet.
And I love that there's a mirror on the inside too, so you're blow drying your hair. You can actually have a better angle to do so.
Well, okay
Love
then.
it.
I always blow dry my hair while looking in a mirror. There's also a little rack holder thing there, and then this is important. There is a water pump switch in the bathroom.
Yes, that is so smart.
Yeah, a lot of times manufacturers forget to put them there, and you have to go out to turn on the water. All right, now the sink in here, I kind of like this sink. It's small, but it's big enough for me to get my man hands into.
Well, plus it just looks good. I like the look of it.
Indeed. All right, now there's a little towel hook there for like a towel for drying your hands off. Shower with a single control.
And that's an actual oxygenic shower head, and a lot of RVers will just replace whatever it comes with an oxygenic. So they've already done that for you.
Indeed. There you go. China toilet. There's a vent for the Truma.
That's your heater.
Right,
Yes.
and it's got a flap so you don't get water in it. Toilet paper holder, another little cubby there that's got a gasket on it, so it's kind of waterproof.
Okay.
There you go. So storage. Now, this requires a shower curtain, but they've got the shower curtain on a track here.
Right, right.
In some other RVs, you know, like the Travato, it snaps up. There's the shower curtain. Good job.
Less convenient. A lot of people were putting in these tracks. So.
Right. Here we go. Now, I'm getting kind of excited by this giant storage cabinet, and it really is pretty big. And one thing I want to notice, see that black pipe in the back right?
Yes.
That's a vent pipe, but they've pushed it as far back out of the way as they can to give you room in that cabinet. It's awesome.
Great. There's a little fan there.
Vent fan for the bathroom, bamboo shower mat,
Yes.
and here there's like a recess there so that, you know, water will pool up in that recess.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
All right, so there we go with the shower mat. And now there's more storage here on the outside, but before we get to the storage, there's some controls. Like there's another 120 volt outlet,
Okay.
and a 12 volt outlet, and USB outlets. And there's some light switches here. Now, one of these is for the light that is directly overhead. Yes. And then the other switch is for the Greg Schultz Memorial dump light. There it is on the side. And there's a switch for the water pump.
And that's because there is the shower, the outside shower.
Ta-da! There we go. There's an exterior shower unit here with hot and cold water.
Nice.
So you could actually use it to shower yourself outside and not freeze.
And look at that deep shelf there, that
I know.
storage area. Very nice.
I immediately decided that if we had this rig, this would be where Mel's litter box went.
Oh, yes.
There's a little recess down there.
You cut out the panel in the bathroom. Perfect.
Perfect.
Yes.
Was that intentional? All right, now moving up to the galley, starting with the overhead cabinets.
Yeah, the cabinets have a nice curve to the back. I like the look of that curve back there.
Yeah, and there's plenty of room up over the galley to store plates, cups, dishes, whatever you might want to put up there. Below that, we have another one of these ram tracks and another holder. It's kind of the same thing that was over the bed.
Yeah, and I think in this one you'd probably put your spices or some sort of cooking accoutrement.
There you go.
Yeah.
There is another shade for the window behind the galley, and that is a 1/2-inch Corian countertop.
Yeah, it looks lovely.
Mounted in that countertop is an induction cooktop.
Yes, and it's just like the one we have in Lance. Love that thing. It cooks very quickly. It's great.
Yep. Now, you do have to take note that you have to use a special kind of cookware with an induction cooktop.
Right. It needs to be magnetic.
If you can get a magnet on it, then it will work with the induction cooktop.
I like how it's moved way over. So look at all that space in between the sink and the cooktop. You got lots of room to work. And
Plenty of prep space.
Yes.
Which will hold nicely the cutting board on the underside of the sink cutout.
Yes.
It's a bamboo cutting board, and it's actually pretty good size, actually.
Yeah, that's great.
Which, like the sink, is a pretty good size.
Yeah, the sink is wide. It's shallow, though.
Is 5 inches or so, maybe.
Yeah.
Not all that deep, but plenty big enough. Okay. All right, so there you go. That's the sink. Now, what you're pointing at here is another ram track. That is another place to mount a table, which we will show you later in the video.
Okay, and now here's the microwave.
This is a convection microwave.
Right, very nice.
So you can kind of bake in it, make pizza, whatever. Okay. 2 more drawers on the underside of that. Oh, look at this, more drop tails. I'm
yes,
so excited.
yes, they're lovely, honey. They're very lovely.
Okay. But they really are nice drawer boxes. There you go. And there are 2 of them.
Yeah, they do look good. They do.
All right. And plenty of room for storage under there as well. There's another outlet here. I suppose you'd use that for like a countertop appliance, like a waffle iron.
Waffle iron, really? We have never brought a waffle iron.
All right, we're bringing one next trip. And a baby drawer.
Yeah, I guess you get some utensils in there, your silverware, perhaps?
Yeah, I am bringing a waffle iron next time.
You are not.
All right. And now here we have a refrigerator. It looks small on the outside, but it's actually 4-point-something cubic feet.
Yeah.
And there's a little freezer unit on top. It's deeper than you would expect.
Right.
So you can actually get quite a bit in there. So there's the fridge, and that is a compressor fridge. Does not run on propane.
Okay.
So now here we've got some light switches for various lights there in the kitchen.
Yeah, the Galley we're very familiar with. It's very similar to the Travato K. So.
Yep. So now you're turning around to show kind of what's in the front of the Galley.
Right.
And what you're looking for here is how to move the seat. The seat swivels, but the controls for like the front, back, lean back, those are all, can you see it moving? They're like electrically operated.
Right, and it was all new to me, so I was kind of fumbling a bit to try to figure out how to adjust the seat. But it's very interesting that it's all electric.
Yeah, and the door was open. That didn't help you any either. All right, so now here, there is an actual work table.
Yes,
so
magneted shut.
Unlike the Travato, where you turn around and your knees bash into the countertop, here you've got an actual desk area.
Yeah, it was a nice use of space right there.
And that's, I think, even big enough where I could put my giant laptop on there.
Yeah, and working from the road, you do look for spaces like, where can I set up my mobile office? And I think that would work.
Yeah, now to power your mobile office, there is a 120-volt outlet, some USB outlets, a 12-volt outlet. If you can't power it with that, you kind of got problems because I don't know how you would power it then. And putting the table away is just as easy as taking it out.
And here's that table you mentioned in the Galley.
Yeah, and this table is very, very adjustable, which means there are a lot of adjustments, and this is my first time adjusting them all, but I'm going to try to take the table through some of its paces.
Okay.
So here I am, and I've got it set up as like a stand-up desk or a lectern as I am lecturing my campground neighbors about the proper use of insulation.
So, and you can see here it goes up and down, and then it pivots in and out as well.
Right, and here you can use it on the outside at kind of a bar height, it looks like there. And it looks kind of wobbly there because I don't have, see, I found another adjustment right there.
You didn't have it tightened down, but it does get tighter. You can adjust that.
There we go. Right. Good job, James. Okay.
So lots of options for the height and for where you put that.
Right, and now, just as we had a table on the driver's side, if you turn around to work, we can use this on the passenger side as well.
Right.
And so, like, for us, we both work a lot of times from the road on the website and other things.
Yes.
And I don't know that we would work side by side.
No, I think I would go to the back. I'm more of a lounger, so I'd put the table in the back. But.
All right, so now if you did work on the side, there's 120 volt and USB outlets there. And now I'm going to move the table.
All right.
And you just kind of pick it up, slide it out of the ram tracks, and then slide it into these other ones. But this was my first time doing it, and I imagine you get better at it with practice.
Right, I'm sure. And I think this is where I would use it the most. If I was working from the road, I would just set up right there.
Yeah, and or you could use it as like a little, dining table between the two beds. Mm-hmm. And here I am putting the table back up front, which I think is probably where you'd keep it like for during
transport.
Travel.
Yeah, just to keep that aisle open. I would think that would be better.
All right, so now here I am. I'm going to show you the shades for this thing. Now, these shades were very heavy duty and well insulated.
Well, yeah, and that kind of goes with the whole extended, the 4-season capabilities. They insulated this coach to the nines, and now these shades are very insulated too, so that'll be great for extreme winter, extreme summer.
There you go. And they really are very heavy. There's some magnets, and they also kind of just press fit in place. And if you want to learn more about the insulation, we have another video where we talk with Chris from Winnebago. We went into that in detail, and I show it to you. But there you go. there are the shades. They're up. They're very well insulated. The downside of those shades is that you will have to find somewhere to store them while you are traveling.
Right. And you do have the pizza oven up above, so it's a perfect place just right up above the cab there.
Like everything in an RV, that's trade-offs. Now, this is built on a 2019 Sprinter, so there are all these Sprinter enhancements. Lots of videos have been done about that. We're not going to cover that here. But look at this. 4 cup holders.
Wow.
Front and center.
For the thirsty RVers.
Oh, but wait. There's more. There's more cup holders up on the dash. In front of on the windshield. But look, even on the driver's side.
Oh, wow.
Why would you put cups in front of the steering wheel?
Well, these are made for commercial transport vehicles,
I don't want truckers with cups in their way.
Maybe you could put like flower pots in them or something.
Okay. But so these are the seat controls that we were showing Stef using before. And they do have memory. So you could set like one for each driver or passenger or whatever.
That's very convenient.
All right, so now here is the pizza oven, and you can store an awful lot of disposable plastic.
Well, isn't that handy?
In the pizza oven. And it's pretty deep, it goes back a ways. But this wouldn't be a pizza oven because this is an exceptionally well-insulated coach.
Yes, it is.
All right. Now, over on the driver's side, there's a coat hook that's shaped like a W, kind of bling, and another coat hook. The driver gets 2 coats. The passenger, you only get 1. Ha-ha.
What?
Okay, so here we're going into some storage and then mechanical stuff.
Yeah, so bed lift's really easy, starting right there. That's convenient.
Yep, and there are 3 bins under here.
Right.
And the reason there are 3 bins and not like the whole thing open is because the Truma unit, which provides your heat and hot water,
Yes.
propane-powered appliance, and it lives under that kind of screwed down compartment. Also, there are seat belts on this side.
Yes.
So there are extra seat belted positions in this rig.
Okay.
So a little bit of storage and the Truma under there. Under here, we have a lot of storage, but it's not the full depth. And the reason it's not is because underneath there is the Volta Pure 3 lithium battery and the whole energy management system.
Right, and notice how that stays up on its own, though. That is so handy.
Yeah, it's got those gas struts there.
Right.
Now, the Pure 3 system in this one is quite a bit larger. It powers like all the things that you've seen thus far. Here I am on the floor, and I'm showing you some ventilation for the Truma. Crawl, James, crawl. There's the circuit breaker panel. All of that is on the inverter. And there's another 120 volt outlet by the head of the bed. I'm crawling forward. There's a Truma outlet, propane detector, etc. Now, in this closet that I showed you before, there are switches for the tank heaters.
Yes, and that's a great place to put them because you don't want those lights glowing at night when you're sleeping. So in the cabinet is smart.
Good idea there. All right, so there's some light switches. There's the control panel for the Truma, and the one-place panel tank monitors and the temperature probe for the Truma. Okay. Now, in here, that is the solar charge controller, but that's not any off-the-shelf solar charge controller. It's got to charge a nominal 48-volt battery, which is what the Pure 3 system runs on.
Okay.
All right, now up top, again, you can run this off the lithium system. That is the Mach 10 NDQ quiet air conditioner with the directional vents.
Yes.
All right. Next, this cabinet that I said I'd talk about later. Here we are. So there's a 120 volt outlet. There's the antenna, HDMI outlet, and then USB and 12 volt. That's a theme throughout, as you get all the power in one place.
Okay.
But the important thing here is that this is where you get to the roof port from the inside. Turn, come on, turn. There you go.
There
roof
it
access
is.
port. So that's how you get something up to the roof to mount, say, like a Wi-Fi booster or a cell booster.
And we have a video for that if you're interested in more on that.
We do. And there's plenty of room in this cabinet to where you could mount something to the wall. There's plenty of space for that kind of thing. So thumbs up on that. There's the one-button control panel for the Volta system and the inverter control panel, which is right underneath it. And then just some light switches for various lights throughout the coach. There you go.
Okay.
All right. Now down below, that is the switch for the pimp lights that we showed you earlier.
on the running board.
Yeah, and some lights on the end of the awning and the control for the awning itself.
Right.
Now that vent underneath there, that is ventilation for the Pure 3 energy management system.
Okay.
All right, now this is an external gravity fill.
Oh, good.
Yes. Important to be able to add water if you don't have a hose.
Right.
And the winterization controls are under there too. All right, now here's the Max Air fan.
Okay.
And look at this. 2,419 pounds of cargo capacity. Are you kidding me?
Sprinters are a beast.
That is the most I have seen in any RV we have ever reviewed.
We could bring a whole set of dumbbells.
What? No. Where would you put them?
Pizza oven?
No.
Under the passenger bed.
All right, we're underneath the van now. Thank you very much.
Okay.
That is the black tank, and that is a waterless trap. So even though there's a drain line under there won't be any water stuck in it, so it won't freeze.
Okay.
And behind that is the gray tank.
Ah, the gray tank is gray.
Yeah,
Literally.
It's got a heating pad on it, but the black tank is gray too. But we won't get into that.
Okay.
All right, but there's a heating pad on the gray tank, and there is a heating pad in front of the gate valve, so that should keep things liquid up to the valve. You don't need it after because after the valve there's nothing.
Okay.
All right. So now you notice you won't see a generator under here, but you do see a massive sway bar. I mean, look at that. That is, and then the other thing I want you to notice up here is, you remember that 2,400 pounds of cargo capacity?
Yes.
You see there's some bump stop. Let me see if I can point them out. There. That is the bump stop.
Okay.
And there's space between the bump stop and the axle. So Super Springs wouldn't even touch.
Right. Okay, cool.
So that pipe, that is not a freshwater line. That's just an overflow valve for the water tank. And there's some shielding there to protect, that's the freshwater tank, to protect it from the exhaust. That's a double-walled tank, and it's insulated, so the water will stay liquid even when it's cold.
All right.
Now there's the drain plug. And now this is that massive propane tank I was talking about. Look at that. That thing is huge.
It is
That's like 8 times the size of the one we have in our Travato Lance. And here's just another shot showing that I cannot find any water lines underneath the van.
And how about all that clearance there, too?
Indeed.
All right, so that's our review of the Winnebago Boldt, the K floor plan. So lots of good stuff here, don't you think?
Indeed. So it's been interesting to me to see the camper van market evolve over the last however many years we've been doing these, 5-6 years. Things that you wouldn't have seen a number of years ago, like, 4-season rigs or, the water lines inside or ram tracks, those are all here. And the Boldt absolutely represents that evolution. It's exciting stuff.
It is, and even the lithium system as well. It's standard in this coach.
That's right. You get a Boldt, you get the lithium.
Yeah.
So if you've got any comments or questions, feel free to click on the link in the YouTube description. Come on over to the Fit RV website. That's where we answer questions and comments.
Yeah, and don't forget, you can always go over to the Winnebago website for more information as well.
All right, that's going to do it. See you later. Bye.